This podcast. It's your boy Swayze.
It's QB.
And we're here to make sense for y'all today, man. Thank y'all for joining and tuning in with us today. We have an interesting episode. Today we're talking about funding. And
business funding, for sure.
And how to fund your business and what to look for and what entities that tie into funding their business.
For sure.
Today,
we got a special guest, Mr. BeatMonkey himself. Hey, man, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
What's going on? What's going on? Salute to everybody, man. Hope everybody having a good day, man. I'm just thankful to be a part of the show, man. Y'all doing some good things, man.
We appreciate that, man.
Thank you for tuning in. And that is my brother BeatMonkey Production once again, man. We've done some work, so appreciate you once again coming in, bro.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
The reason why we chose this topic today, funding, like I said, because you need money to fund your business.
Yeah.
So if it ain't about the money, then what is it about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Today is one of those informative, but we're also gonna have a little fun. And it's gonna be great. So
and we're gonna make it make sense today because this is definitely an episode about the sense part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we gotta make it make sense for the people today, man, for sure.
So y'all tune in, stay tuned, and we'll get back with y'all after we pay some bills.
Attention content creators, do you have a great podcast, short film series, and need a home to show it to millions of households, plus countless smartphone users? Streets TV is hip-hop for the world. Contact us at streetstvworldwide@gmail.com or follow us on Instagram at Streets TV World. It's Streets TV, hip-hop for the world.
So, hey, man, so Mr. Fun, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think you know about this topic as such, business funding? Scale of 1 to 10.
Say a good 7.
A good 7.
Okay.
A good 7, yeah.
Okay.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all.
That ain't bad.
That
ain't bad at all.
You actually know a little something, a little bit more than what the usual would say.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
This one gonna be fun, man.
It is, man.
So
we're gonna get to some of these definitions, man. So
let's do it.
so we're gonna give you the definition, and then you just gotta tell us whether you think it's a loan, a grant, a personal savings, crowdfunding, or
an investor.
Or an investor, for sure. So we're gonna get into it right now.
All right, so this is money that is borrowed and expected to be used for business purposes with intent to pay off the debt with interest.
That's a loan.
Hold on, wait. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Look at him. Okay. You are correct, my man.
Hey,
good job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We ready for number 2?
Anytime you got to borrow, anytime somebody borrow, they want it back with interest, baby. Yeah.
No, he was like, I know that. The next one.
You got it.
Financial assistance awards given to an organization or individual given by the government, organization, or person for a specific person. This can be, let's just say, for a student to study, do some research, for community projects, and also for business startups. What is this? A grant, a loan, an investor, crowdfunding, or is it a personal savings?
I want to say it's a grant.
You want to say?
Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah, I want to say, because I know crowdfunding, but that's I'm going more with grant. I'm going with the grant.
With a grant.
A strong A. I'm going with the strong A.
You were thinking about. You think the grant as well?
I don't know, man. Some people could say investor, some people could say loan.
Okay. Well,
some people could say grant.
My man, Mr. BeatMonkey himself said it's a grant, and he is correct.
Definitely.
So,
two, bro.
Man.
Two.
Okay.
I
know a little something. Don't let me cap you now. Don't let me cap you down.
We got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Funding a project or venture by raising small amounts of money from a large number of people is A, a grant, B, a loan, C, an investor. D, crowdfunding, or E, personal savings.
Oh, that sounds like crowdfunding. That's a large number of people.
So you going with the crowdfunding because the crowd is funding the business. So we're going with D.
And is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final. Hey, it's the only one makes sense to me. Yeah, that's my final answer.
Hey,
I like how you tied that in.
Man, he is 3 for 3.
Okay.
3 for 3. 3 for 3 for the home.
Yeah.
A person or organization that puts money into a financial plan, property, etc., with the expectation of achieving a profit is an A, a grant. B, a loan. C, an investor. D, crowdfunding. Or E, personal savings.
No, that's an investor.
That's an investor?
Yeah, that's an investor.
That's an investor. Hey, guess what?
Hey,
he is 4 for 4.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Last one.
Last one.
So the money that a person, rather than a business or organization, keeps in an account, in a bank, or a similar financial organization.
Oh, that's a personal savings. That's your savings. That's your savings, baby. That's what you stack.
5 for 5.
Hey, man, I had to do it right.
Yeah, man.
So with these responses that you gave us today, that's basically what we're going to dive deep into. We're going to kind of touch on these topics and give more specific direction on where to go, how to look for them, and what they entail. So
for sure, man, and I think that's something that this whole show is about. But you did a great job, man. 5 for 5 on that game, and I promise you got more coming. Messages. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Tap in.
We back. We appreciate y'all for staying with us, man. It's a fun day. My man BeatMonkey is with us today. He is 5 for 5 so far from earlier in the show. We're gonna dive deep into the giving y'all more knowledge and more business funding ideas. So here we go right here.
So for the first one, we decided to go into crowdfunding. As you already explained and already know, funding a project or venture by raising small amounts of money from a large number of people. As you said, it can be anyone. It can be family member. It can be friends. Anyone that's willing to provide you an amount to invest in your company.
Right. And so, got certain examples like Kickstarter, GoFundMe, things of that nature. Like it's a new one called Start Engine. And you basically put your business on the site. Mm-hmm. People come to that site and you have different types of, ways that they can invest into your business. Okay. Right? Or they can donate some money to your business as well. So we have, you have a donation base, you have equity base, you have a reward base, and you also have a loan base, right? And so these are certain type of ways that a crowd fund, right? And equity base is pretty much you want equity for what you pay for into that business. Somebody that's loan based, they may, say that they'll give you a certain amount of money and they put a certain amount of interest on that money as well. And that's a loan-based type of, investment as well. Okay. And then you have a donation, which if I give you $10, right, and you want to go buy, some CDs for a business and you buy those CDs, but I ask for no money back, that's just a donation to your business. Okay, cool. So, crowdfunding is pretty, kind of like almost something that anybody can take part in, right? And
it's not limited.
It's not limited, and it's very helpful.
Okay.
It's very helpful. So there's many ways that you can fund your business with crowdfunding, different sites and things of that nature.
Nice.
And those resources were on, that slide.
Yep, and you'll be able to click them and, go into them as well. We'll make sure we add them, and once we follow up, you'll be able to go to those resources and, dig a little deeper yourself as well.
For sure.
So give me $10, man.
I ain't got it.
All right, well, the next one we have to discuss is investors. As we already explained, is a person or an organization that puts money into financial plans, property, etc., with the expectation of achieving a profit. So let's say someone gives you a $50,000 loan investment. They are subject to interest and equity on that loan of about 10 to 20%, and it varies. It's depending on how that investor wants that lump sum return. It can be in a lump sum amount, which can be broken up into deferred payments, or it can be preferred interest, which also accumulates over time as the money is, your business is running, you're making sales, you're improving, you're expanding, your operation expenses, things like that are decreasing, because when you start up, it's a lot of, it's a lot of expenses that go into startup companies, because you don't just come out thriving initially. So with that investor also has to trust your process and believe in your brand and your business that you're putting forward in order to put that amount of money up front and expect, just an equity or a share or a stock in return, which increases over time. So it's almost where it's like, let's just say, you're putting money into a bank and it's a 401k and you want to increase it over time. And the money you put into it from your paycheck goes into that 401k. And over the time, the interest also accumulates and increases that amount that you put into that 401k over time.
For sure.
So it's kind of like, in a sense, you're investing in yourself with that 401k.
Or, when somebody invests in, let's say, a stock, or they buy part of the company, right? And they want maybe 48% of that company, right? So they put a large lump sum of money up for 48%, right, of that company. But you also, the person that owns the company always want to keep at least 51% of that company, right? Yeah. So, but that person made a large investment and expected a larger return, right, for whatever they put in. So investor is definitely like something that a lot of people look for when they're out getting those large lump sums of money, needing somebody to really fund their business. Correct. Because that's something, funding a business is needed. And so we all don't have the money just sitting in the savings potentially. So, you have an investor that come along and help you out. Yes,
sir. So basically the equity, or as we say, the dividends within that stock would also equal up the cash payments made to your shareholders. And it would be paid out on the company's net income. So it wouldn't be coming from your personal bank or your personal savings, which we'll be getting into in a few. So, like I said, we'll have some resources below. You can definitely follow up. We'll make sure the links are there, and you all can dig a little deeper and get some more, investment information. You can find the different investors. It gives you a search engine to look for investors, what companies are looking for people, and small businesses. So, next we have
personal savings.
Personal savings, and this, self-explanatory. Your personal savings. What are you putting aside for yourself for those rainy days or for that investment that you want to make? So as we had with the definition, the money that a person rather than a business or organization keeps in an account in a bank or similar financial organization.
So basically, right, when you want to start your own business and you got $50,000 basically in your savings account, right? You bring that out your savings, say you're gonna put $20,000 towards your business and keep 30 in there. Right. So you bring that $20,000 out and try to help your business, start your business, get everything running, get up the ground running, and then boom, you're running and now you've actually funded your business with your own money.
Yeah,
that's a big benefit.
And that's the best way, I would say, in my opinion, because you're at low risk. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're taking, like he said, what was it? The 60,000. Say you're saving up $60,000 and you want to put into your business 10,000. you're only risking a 6% chance of you not getting that 10,000 back. But in a sense, that 6% also will increase because you're putting up majority of the money. So you believing in what you're doing, which will also fund that money, fund that business and allow it to thrive. So you're basically risking less when you save the most money for yourself. And if you were to start with 10, like say you were to start with 10,000, then you would be risking 60% of that risk factor in regards to making that money back.
And also, man, when you start your business with your personal savings, you don't have to pay nobody back, right? And that's the whole thing. You want to be able to profit off of your own profit margins and things of that nature. So you don't want to be able to have to make money and then give the bank a certain amount of money back, which is fine and cool to do it in a certain manner, but if you can take that time and actually have your own savings to start and fund your own business, you kind of you're working for yourself, and the money that's coming back to you is your money and not somebody else's. So I think that's a big benefit as well.
As they say, save your money and your money save you. Out of sight, out of mind. So we all get paid. We all get payments each month. So why not set up another separate account where you may take 5% or 10% of your income and let it go directly to another account? That way you don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. You don't even know you're saving. Then when you look, it's all up above what you even thought it would be.
For sure. So, but also, BeatMonkey, do you have like any type of personal dealings with that? Do you having no personal savings helping it to gain traction with your business, or do you use some crowdfunding or anything of that nature?
Well, I will say that having a business bank account is very, very important. I'm talking about that's probably the most important thing you could do as a business owner is set you up a business bank account. It just separates the personal funds that you have. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get it mixed in with your business, and so that's the best bet, to get you a business bank account, man. And even if depending on whatever level you're at, even if you don't need an investor, or if you do need one, you still need to have a business bank account. Everybody should have an LLC. I'm a little bit behind myself on some things, but I'm catching back up to speed. But man, it's very detrimental.
Gotcha. And that LLC, it pretty much it keeps you and your finances in order for you not to get in no type of legal battles with anyone, and you personally have to come out your pocket and pay for whatever may have transpired.
Also, with the tax preparations as well, it doesn't fall back on your personal taxes. It can all go to that business account, that LLC. And we'll definitely have an episode in regards to that, as far as preparation and things of that sort. So we'll be diving in a little bit saving later on. So,
because in regards to that, boy, taxes, all that tie in. So it's man, you gotta have it.
Yeah, you got to.
But if y'all want to see something, about LLC, you can go back and refer back to one of our earlier shows.
Yeah, definitely.
And learn a little bit more about that. We did a deep dive on LLC and having great guests on there as well. But yeah.
And one last thing I'll say as far as savings, once again, is the interest that it does compound over time. Depending on what you're investing that money in, your interest will also increase that money. It could be a Roth IRA, once again.
Yeah.
Things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? That way later on, down the line, you're well taken care of. You don't have to work, and you kind of retire and get to the end, So what's the next slide we have?
We're going to grants.
So grants. Basically grants, what we, kind of discussed as far as grants earlier. Federal grants are financial assistance awards given to an organization and or individual given by a government, organization, or person for a specific purpose, and students to study, a research team, community projects, or business startups.
Gotcha.
So let's say, for example, these grants, that can be made into a sidewalk, a school being built in your community, the police force wanting to have a athletic department as far as offsite or whatever they're doing. They may want funding for their athletic or their basketball team. It can also be to improve the roads in your community. These grants is what are what the government provides, and what they trust will enhance or make the world a better place in your community, in your cities, in your states. So there are different type of grants, and you can definitely go at the links below to review those as well. But definitely the benefits that the government gets from these grants is just by seeing the world flourish, by seeing your communities blossom, by seeing your cities empower and go to the next level. Because that's what really grants, that's the whole thing about the grants. It's not nothing you have to pay back. There is no term or time frame that you have to pay it back. It's government money that they give and provide for a specific service or entity that allows you to empower the people around you.
Right.
Definitely. So that's kind of a dive into the grants. As it also says here, every grant will be different, as I stated, but the requirements, you can only really need two things to begin, and that's a business plan. And once again, how are you going to spend this money? That is the main thing for the government. They want to know exactly how you're going to spend this money and where you're going to place this money.
Right, because there are certain stipulations and conditions, right?
Yep.
For you to be approved for these grants and things of that nature. And so when you are working with the government and things of that nature, when you are trying to get these grants that you don't have to pay back, the grant is for a specific, like you said, service or a specific field. So maybe you have a tech-infused company, and so this grant is for technical reasons, right? But you can't have like a beer oil type business and want a grant for the technology per se, right? It has to go with what the grant is supposed to be used for and things of that nature. So yeah, man, that's a good little slide on grants, man. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem. We do this together, so we just here to make sense for y'all, man.
We are, man. So, but we have a little bill to pay here and there. We gotta pay our bills, make sure we're able to continue this podcast. Yeah. So, look,
keep the lights on,
y'all. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Let's get closer, closer. Let's get closer, closer. Let's get closer, closer to you.
We back. Man, we just gave y'all some good, gems for sure.
Making it make sense for y'all.
For sure, man. Trying to make it make sense and trying to make the sense work for y'all. So, but we have loans to talk about as well, right? So, we're going about loans. Loans is borrowed money, from a bank or individual, and so that you have to pay back with a certain amount of interest on that, right?
Correct.
And so it's just when you borrowing money, you're borrowing it and you're expecting it to be paid back, or they're expecting it to be paid back.
Definitely.
And no loan is well, I can't say that because there are loans that are forgiven that you don't have to pay back.
That is true. It can be a gift. Some people do have gift loans as well.
Or like the SBA loan, you don't have to pay the SBA loan back as long as you do, certain stipulations and conditions that
follow the
that
guidelines.
Right. But also in this manner, loans that you start up with your business, there usually is a percentage of interest rate that's placed upon it. The bank is expecting, or the individual is expecting that money to be paid back in full, plus with that interest. And the benefit for the giver in that predicament is that they get their money back plus more, because they have an interest on the money that you borrowed. So sometimes that is, a loan-based type investor is definitely something that people look to do because they make more money than they did, investing the money or lending the money to that person or business. So a loan is definitely something that helps people out and can get us, to start that business.
To get you started.
Yeah.
And definitely, once again, as he stated, there are certain stipulations and they do want a return. So, if the business tanks, which we, definitely don't want to happen, but if it does, then that, would fall back on you. So it's also some pros and cons to loans as well. So definitely weigh your options when looking for these investment options.
And remember, we are not financial advisors. This information here is presented from our perspective. So do not run with this and say this is what you have to do. This is law. It's not law. This is just our opinions, and this is just information that we gather.
Yeah, especially when starting a business, it is always important to consult a professional. Always.
So here we go, Mr. Fun. This is the end, and we have this nice game for you at the end, so you can test your knowledge. That you've been 5 for 5 so far. So we're gonna see where you rank after you went through all those slides and listened and tell us what give us your answers and your opinion.
All right.
So, how many private investors can you have at one time? You got A1, B2, C5, D unlimited, E10.
Well, y'all getting tough now.
Oh, here we go.
Y'all getting tough now. Yeah, it's crunch time now.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many private investors can you have at one time? Honestly, I didn't think it was a limit.
Okay.
I didn't think it was a limit to investing.
So what's your gut feeling?
What do you think?
I'm going with unlimited, man.
Okay. You going with D? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's the final answer.
Drum roll, please. You are correct.
You are correct.
You are correct
so far.
So I did do some research also on that, and we'll talk about that after the next question.
We use this quote: "Save your money, and your money saves you."
Oh man.
To what?
Shit, savings. Your personal saving, boy. You better save some, boy.
You
better save some, boy. Yeah, man.
That's right. That's correct.
Okay, cool.
That's
man.
correct.
2 for 2, bro.
2 for 2,
So
man.
what?
Look, 7. That's one of my personal sayings. You hear me?
Man,
I got you.
Yeah.
I was brought up. Save a penny, your money save you.
You are on a website where business receives different amounts of money for their business from many different people.
Okay.
You got A, grants, B, loans, C, investors, D, crowdfunding,
Or E, personal savings.
And we'll repeat it if you need to.
That sounds like a loan, like a. Ooh, that's grant loanish. That's. I want to say loan. I want to say a loan.
You want to say, so we're going to read it one more time.
Yep.
You are on a website where businesses receive
Oh, I'm sorry.
an amount of money for their business from many different people.
Look, boy, I'm tripping.
No, we just want to restate it because we just want to make sure.
We want to make sure, whatever your answer is, we'll go with it and we'll, go from there.
Shit, that sounds like the unemployment. This sound like the. This sound like damn PUA. Hey, this sound like some government assistance. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is a damn, bro. I'm gonna go with the loan, man. A grant. It's one of them two. I'm gonna say loan, man.
You
That's
said
a
You can get, that
byproduct.
ain't no. I'm gonna say a loan, man.
okay.
Okay.
That's the only one he got wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crowdfunding.
See, I said that. I said, boy, I'm geek. Boy, I'm tripping. Yeah, hey, but I'm like, boy, that sounds like the PUA right now, boy.
But yeah, we had different people who got some money, right? Just like we talked about earlier. And so they gave you different amounts of money, and it was different people doing it. And you paid your website, you know what I'm saying, to get that money done or funded to you. So,
and one of those that we did touch base on, that you touched base on, for perfect example for that question was the GoFundMe account.
Right, the GoFundMe.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm tripping. I'm like, boy, look, I said, no, that's deep, boy.
But now
you geek, boy, you tripping.
Yeah. Hey, you got one more.
So your business is in need of money, and you go to the bank and apply for a blank for $15,000 with 3.5% interest rate. You got
That's a loan. That's a loan. Look, that's a loan. That's why I say I'm bugging now. That's a loan all day long.
That's good.
That's good though.
That's a loan.
They're right.
So you went
8 for 9.
8 for 9.
Yep.
That's what, 80?
Players mess up. Hey, players mess up sometimes too.
Definitely.
Yeah, we allow one.
You're right. You got one more.
You get one.
But nah, man, fine. We appreciate. Oh, okay.
Grants have to be paid back in a certain time frame. True or false?
False.
False. You are correct, my man. 9 for 10. It's great fun. You beat your own scale. You said you was 7. You said you were 7 out of 10. And guess what? Today you made sense.
Hey.
9 for 10.
Hey, make it make sense, baby. If it don't make the dollars, it don't make the sense. Yeah,
that's right. Exactly.
So before we get out of here, man, once again, I want you to tell the people who you are, plug what you got going on, and what can we see coming from, the production company, man? Let us know.
Man, look here, man. Everybody follow me on my socials at BeatMonkey. That's BEAT_monkey. All the socials, Beat_monkey. I got a project coming out, man, with me and my boy 1K Guap called Burnt Out. We're gonna drop the new single Rock Out, man, here soon, man. This is a solid project, man. I got some work with Swayze going on. Look, he don't want to say nothing, but we got some stuff coming too. You feel me? Yeah, man. But 2021, man, we looking to pump out this good music, man. And I'm training to be a certified personal trainer now. So Queen, boy, I'm gonna have to get with you. I'm gonna have to get with you, Queen, boy. Hey, I need some of that beard oil too, boy. Look, they doing big things, y'all.
Always trying to get some more gems out for the beard.
Yeah, make it make sense though, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Everybody y'all tuning in, man. Hey, if you want to keep it, they keeping it real. It's the solid information, man. I'm talking about you can learn something, man. That's the most important thing is education. Man, you need to tap in with these boys, man, for real, man. I know these guys, man, they solid, man. Hey, I appreciate everything y'all been doing, man. For real.
Thank you, bro. And I guess we made it make sense today. QB was the same.
It sounded like we made it make sense. He went 9 for 10, had a great show about business funding.
Yeah,
right?
man.
We talked about loans, grants, personal savings, with crowdfunding, we did grants.
Yeah.
We talked about it all. So look, we doing the thing, y'all doing y'all thing. We making it make sense. Hope it made sense for y'all. Hey,
and we out. It's your boy once again. Swayze.
I'm QB, and that's BeatMonkey. And he made it make sense for y'all today. So y'all be safe. Hey, we'll see y'all next time.
Happy New Year.